So we've got squats and snatch grip deadlifts on the menu today, and they both interfere with each other quite a lot. The other day I did a heavy squat, like a big squat session a couple of days ago, and the snatch grip deadlifts, straight after I felt I had no power. But the main target today was to hit a good snatch grip deadlift. I had the 500 pound target in my mind. I'd back on the caffeine. I said I wasn't going to, but I felt like I needed it today. I had 400 milligram of caffeine and a strong coffee, and I felt wired, and I was ready to go. And yeah, it felt good. So there's 160, I did 180, the 205 I struggled with the other day, but it was obviously straight after the squatting. So I thought I'll gauge it off the 205, see where I go. The 205 moved pretty well, but I put the belt on for that. Although I felt safer, I felt a bit restricted. But anyway, I got it, and I thought I'll take the belt off for the 500 pound lift. So I managed to get it. It was a very tough lift. Felt a bit lopsided again, but I'm quite happy with that. The lockout was a bit harder than I expected. And like I say, I felt it a lot more in my lower back because I didn't wear the belt. But when I went to the squats after, the squat felt absolutely brilliant. I just didn't have the power. The big snatch grip deadlift, I just took all the power out of my legs. They felt so smooth. I could hit depth really well. Everything was warmed up so good. I just used too much energy. So I think light snatch grip deadlifting might be the perfect pre-squat kind of warm-up. You know, just go 140 or something for a single before a squat. But it just made the squat feel amazing. The only thing is it didn't feel very stable. I like to attack the squat quite fast. I like to go into the squat, the descent quite fast. But I felt like I had to really stabilise myself with these, just because I took so much out the hips and the lower back really. So I wasn't sure what to do. The weights felt okay. I went 140, then I went 160. This is 160. And that felt good. So in my head I'm thinking, shall I go 180? Shall I do some singles at 180, 170? I did a single at 170. I felt like it hit some really good depth, and it felt smooth. It's just, like I said, I didn't want to, because I didn't feel that stable, I didn't really want to push it. You know, there's other days I can do that. So I wanted to do a bit more work. So I decided to do some pause squats. Pause squats onto the pins. Now, I've only done these a couple of times before. So I dropped the weight to 120 kilogram and just brought the weight down to the pins, and had a 2-3 second pause. Tried to make the pause a bit longer as I got further into the set. And I could really feel, I can see why these are a great deadlift accessory, because they're all in the hips. You know, you really feel the hips and the glutes working on these, especially the glutes were absolutely fired up after these, and the hips, like I say. So yeah, I can understand why these are a really good deadlift accessory movement. Plus I managed to get a decent little training stimulus with less load as well, so that was good. Just left it at 2 sets of these. I was considering going back to the snatch grip deadlift for some light sets of 8 with like 120 kilos. But I was pretty done in after this. The hips and the glutes are all fired up. But I'm really happy with that. Got the 500 pound snatch grip deadlift. Like I say, an elite level, according to strengthlevel.com, is 237.5, so another 10 kilograms. Not sure if that's there. Maybe it is. I don't know whether to go for it or not, because I really want to get this squat. So I need to limit how much I'm doing with the snatch grip deadlift, really. But I can't complain. You know, I got a good session in. One of my targets hit. And yeah, so we move on to tomorrow now.